Alright, so today I finally break out my F-class rifle because I need to get ready for nationals. Today I'm going to show you how to install a near manufacturing one-piece mount on my rifle. We're also going to mount a scope. Stick around. Alright, so like everything else, there's a million ways to skin this cat. So I'm going to show you my way. So I already removed the rings, the other half of the rings, okay? And I'm going to get this on here so it's centered on my mount. I'm probably going to go right here, okay? Before we install it, we're going to apply just a small amount of lubricant to the rail or to the mount, okay? Just a little bit. The reason for that is when we tighten it, we want to make sure that, you know, the lubricant or the oil allows it to slide around and find its stress-free point, okay? If you don't have any lubricant on there, you could actually potentially bind the mount and it won't find its happy place. Okay, put it right there. Put it right here. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide it forward. By the way, the near manufacturing mount already has lubricant right here under the nut, so we don't have to worry about doing anything there. It also has lubricant in there. Okay, so we're going to slide it all the way forward, then we're going to snug it down. Why do we slide it all the way forward? Is because when the rifle recoils, the scope is going to want to go forward. So snug it down, and then it says to go 1/6 to tighten it. Okay, so I have, this is a 6-sided nut, so that's pointing up. Actually, it wasn't snug all the way, so I'm just going to go a little bit past that. I'm just going to get it nice and snug. You don't want to get it super tight. You see that I'm only using my thumb here. Okay? You don't want to get a cheater bar on this. That would not be a good thing. Okay? That's good. I could use a wrench, a torque wrench, but like I said, just using my thumb here. Okay, it's plenty good. All right, that's that. You want to do the mount before you do the scope, okay? Now we're going to do the scope. So on my scope, I used a rubber band, as you can see, and I put a parallel under here, okay, just with a rubber band. This is flat on the bottom of the scope, and that's going to allow me to put a level right there, okay? The near manufacturing mount came with this pretty handy little level that you screw right here, okay? So before we install the scope, we need to make sure that that level is level, and I have went ahead and made sure that it is level, okay? Then I'm going to replace these caps, okay? There's 1, there's 2, and 3, okay? So this level is perfectly level. So now we need to twist the scope to ensure that this level is perfectly level, okay? So I'm going to snug down these caps first, so that it doesn't move on me. Now as far as forward and back, I already measured that. I just laid behind the rifle and then I pulled the scope back and forth until it gave me the eye relief that I was looking for, and then I put a Sharpie mark right here in the front. You guys can't see that, but it's been done. Okay, so I'm going to snug these down. Okay, we're not going to tighten them at this point. Just trying to get them a little snug so it'll hold the scope in place. Okay, so I'm gonna use this one back here to make it perfectly level. Okay, and I know parallels are not meant to be straight this way, they're meant to be true this way, but I mean, this is a scope, guys. I mean, it's only that distance, so it'll be fine. You can find any other straight edge, it'll work fine. Okay, just snug it down slightly here and there. We're not going to tighten it at this point. We're just going to get all these screws in place. Okay, all right, they're just snug right now. Okay, they're not tight. We're going to check the levels again. They're both still lining up, so we're going to start getting this thing tight. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go for 10 inch-pounds right now. Okay, and then I'm just going to do a cross hatch or a cross pattern. Okay, all right, that's 10 inch-pounds. Alright, so now we're going to go to 15 inch-pounds. We're going to do this all over again. Okay. By the way, the bottom of the scope, okay, is what's true with the crosshairs. Okay, so that's why I'm putting this on the bottom. I know I could put it right on this cap, but that's not a good idea because this cap could be on there slightly sideways, right? It only has a small set screw to hold it in place. But the crosshairs, like I said, they are level with the bottom of the scope. So keep that in mind. All right, now we're gonna go to 20 inch-pounds. All right, that's all there is to it. It's actually pretty simple. This little level, man, that makes it super easy. So again, that's all there is to it. Now all I have to do is remove the rubber band, and that's it. We're done. So at this point, we can either bore sight it or we can just take it to the range and sight it in without bore sighting it. My stuff is pretty close. I mean, every time I mount a scope, when I go to the range, I usually go to 100 yards, and then I just kind of look down the barrel to ensure that that I'll hit paper. And then, of course, once I hit paper, then it's pretty easy to sight in, right? So we're actually going to do that tomorrow. Okay, we're going to load some ammo for this 284 wheeler. This is my 284 wheeler. The last 5 shots that I took from this rifle was that 1.3 inch group right here. Here's the link. You can go check it out. Once I shot those 5 shots, I came home. I wanted to install this mount because that's the first thing you do when you shoot a 1.3 inch group is undo your rifle and change something, right? Because obviously it's not working. But anyway, that's what I did. I wanted to install this near manufacturing mount because it is a one piece, and it has those 3 rings on there, so it's got a lot more clamping power. And anyway, it's just a really good mount that I wanted to, you know, change to. And you know, like I said, it kind of I wondered if I should not do anything at some point because, of course, 1.3 inches, right? But I had already made up my mind, and I know this is a really, really good setup, so I just needed to go and change it out. Okay, this is the exact same setup I have on my other rifle. So I like to keep everything the same across all of my rifles, so I did it. Okay, and since I was doing it, I figured I would show you how to do it. So I know how you guys are, and I know you're gonna ask about the rifle, so let me tell you a little bit about it. This is my F-class rifle. This is my main rifle. I have a backup. This is my Borton BRM XD Action. Let me show you that right there. This is chambered in 284 Wheeler. A 284 Wheeler is simply a 284 Winchester with a different throat configuration. And the reason it's called a 284 Wheeler is because Alex Wheeler is the one that came up with that design. Okay, it has a 32-inch Brooks barrel, inch 250 all the way. Of course, we have an easy tuner here on the end. Okay, it's pretty beat up. I've had this one for a long time. I just change it from barrel to barrel every time I put a different barrel on here. Of course, the mount is a near manufacturing mount. It's a uni mount. It has 2 rings in the front, 1 ring in the back, and obviously it's one piece. It has this really cool level right here in the back. I really like that. Pretty nice. And the scope is a Night Force 12-42 NXS. This is an old scope, but you know, it's a good one, so I keep using it. And of course, this is also a very special scope to me. This is the scope that I used at the last World Championship. My other rifle, you know what? Let me go get my other rifle so I can show it to you. All right, so here is my backup rifle. This is the exact same action, a Borton BRM XD. The XD stands for extra diameter because these are bigger actions. Of course, this one has a Collis 10-50 scope on it. At some point, that scope is going to get replaced with one of these. This stock used to have a different action, and I had Speedy change it out, and that's why there's some bare spots on this stock. So now that we know works, I'm gonna have it redone, but I don't know what we're gonna do yet, because I mean, this is a really nice stock, but we'll figure something out. But anyway, we have the exact same mount set up here. This is the near manufacturing as well. Like I was saying, I like to keep all my stuff the same, so they both have the exact same mount. The stocks are exactly the same, they're just different colors. And like I said, the only thing different at this point is the scopes, but at some point that one's gonna get a Collis as well. Barrel, same everything. 32-inch, inch 250. 7mm, 1-in-9 twist. That's something I had not mentioned. It's a 1-in-9 twist. But there's my 2 F-class rifles, and of course they both have easy tuners. We're back in F-class mode now. I'm gonna load some ammo now because I'm gonna go shoot some tomorrow. And like I said, I need to get back into F-class mode, so I need to put some rounds through that rifle, get it sighted in, make sure everything's working properly, and then I need to load about 400 rounds for nationals. Okay, so all right, I hope you guys learned something today. We'll see you next time, and I hope all your groups are one whole. See ya.